All right, all right, all right. Hey guys, how you doing? We are going to talk today about trading. So let me get in here. See, can we get some folks to see what's happening? What's happening? Okay, and see, can we make some choices today about what's happening out there and the land of creating wealth? And so I do this on occasion. I don't know when I'm gonna go live. People say, what's your schedule? I don't know. Whenever I feel like it. Whenever I feel like get it going is what I do. So I'm just out here sharing a little bit of information with you. See, can you get moving? Right? We are going live right now. So I don't know if you see me. If you do, how you doing? Melissa, Qasim, Ali, Muhammad. All right, brother, how you doing? Yes, today is going to be a day you're going to gain some more knowledge about wealth. And so I said, let me get in here and let me do a little bit for the folks and understand how to make money. Because that's what the problem is, right? Is that the problem? People are broke because they don't know how to make money. If you can agree with that, give me a little check mark. Share this out there with people. So before we even get started, guys, what I want you to do is to tell me where you are chiming in from, right? Give me your city and your state. City and your state. And then the next thing I want you to do is share this live, because I'm actually going into the markets live to give you some insight about trading. Okay, so if you want to get going with this, then you are in the right place. You're in the right place. Okay, so we're just going to go there. Let's make sure I got this going in the right spot here. All right, and you're in. Make sure I got this straight here. You're in the right space. Oh, that was terrible. Okay, there we go. In the right space. All right. So tell me where you're calling from. Kingston, New York, Newark, New Jersey. Melissa Eford, Newark, New Jersey. That's my girl. I'm from Newark, New Jersey myself. Okay. So again, second thing I want you guys to do is to share this out there with your friends, family. Post it on your page. Just post it out there on your page. And you might learn something today that will get you some new interests about how to make money from home. So the biggest challenge, and I say this all the time, the biggest challenge to people is how you make money from home, right? So if you're not part of my, my site, Work From Home with Wall Street, all that good stuff, then you probably need to get over there and learn a little bit on what we do and how we do it.
In the right spot here.
Okay, so let's make sure I got this down. All right, there we go. Okay, so the blessing today, this is a blessing that you have somebody that can go in and teach you guys a little bit about how I make thousands a day. It's like, that's impossible. How you make thousands a day? I'm about to show you. This is exactly what I do to make thousands every single day. Thousands, not 100, not just 1,000, thousands a day. If that interests you, then you want to be you need to be in here and learning a little bit about what we're talking about, so you can change your life and that whole thing, right? So that interests you, definitely say, hey, teach me what you got, because I want to get in. I want to get going. I want to know how to make this. I want to know how to make this a reality. Okay, so we're here. All right, now in the same breath, I'm gonna teach you what you need to do to start bringing in the cash flow, so that you can start trading. Because see, trading with no money, it don't go. You got to have money to trade. That's the first thing. You got to have money to trade. My background, what you see behind me, that is a live chart that I just took the image about 3 minutes ago. So you see is at $52,342. It may be a little bit less right now. Nope, 52 is higher. 52,347. So it's about $5 higher what it is right now. Okay. Now, so the first thing you got to do is say to yourself, all right, I want to learn. I have a strong desire to learn this. It don't happen. You cannot be like a hobby. You come in today and then you wait 2 weeks from now to go do something else. This, if you're going to get into the livelihood of trading, it is a daily activity. And if you in crypto, then it's a 7-day-a-week activity that you can make money 7 days a week, because the market in cryptocurrency never closes. It's not like the futures market where they close on Friday at 5 and open back up on Sunday, or the stock market opens from Monday to Friday. It's not like that. The cryptocurrency market is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So while everything else is closed, like right now, everything else is closed except for the futures market, commodities market, right? Their Forex market is open, right? All that stuff is open. But even the Forex market closes at Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. But when it comes to the cryptocurrency world, it's open 24 hours a day. And that's what you got to love about that, right? So you can make thousands every single day. You can make thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay. Now, you're not going to start out making thousands and thousands of dollars. I can promise you that, unless you're following a professional trader that will teach you or say, hey, I'm buying now. That means you should be ready to buy too, right? And then I'm ready to get out right now. Now, you got some programs out there where say you mirror somebody else's trading. I don't like those. I don't like those kind of deals. Let me tell you why I don't like those kind of deals. Because that trader ain't gonna trade like me. And if you don't know anything about trading, he says, hey, trade like this person. Well, you might get a person to put a bad trade on, and you so over leveraged that it takes out your whole account. So that's not the way you do it either, right? When it comes to doing things like that. Okay, so let me do something here. So the power in learning to trade, right? Learning to trade for the rest of your life. This is something you could do. You know, I started trading at I just got the military, SunTrust Bank, 2001, 2003. I'm gonna say 2003, 2004. I started to learn how to trade. Now let's say 2005. So what's that? 5 and 21 is 16 years. I've been trading for 16 years, and my life is completely changed when it comes to trading. Okay. All right. So let's get to it. Okay. So what are you looking at in the background? You're looking at a chart. They have multiple charts. I'm going to show you this. That's one set of charts. I'm going to go to my live background. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. Let me do that real quick. I'm going to share my screen with you. All right. And you're going to see a live screen with charts. Okay. Live screen with the charts. All right. Check that out. Okay. So there we go. We got a live screen, right? Now, the cool thing about this is that this is live. What you're looking at right now is a live chart. Now, depending on where you trade, when I say where you trade, depending on where you trade with the broker, it depends on how much money you're going to pay in fees and all that good stuff. But if you're trading and you make your trades good and you're following the certain rules in trading, then you're going to be able to make money every single day. If you start to learn the different patterns, trading is about patterns. Now, I teach my traders, because I have professional traders that's with me, and I teach my traders, we trade with nothing on the chart, like nothing. We just have the price action. Okay, that's it. What I mean by that, there's no lines, and then there's no indicators. Like this is not there. Okay, this is not there. And when I started learning how to trade, imagine this was all you saw when I first started learning how to trade professionally with Woody. That was my trade. That right there is a trade platform. Like that's it. You said what? that's a trading. It tells me exactly when to exit. It tells me exactly when to enter to the trade. It doesn't give you money management, but it definitely tells me what to do. So I learned how to trade with this called the Woody CCI, right? That's one thing we did. Okay, but now as I start to learn more and more and more, I start to get rid of all these patterns. I don't need these lines anymore. Now look how clean the chart is. So just to give you an example, when you look at some people's charts, they have so many lines and angles and butterflies and all this other stuff, and it's like, wow. When I was new, I thought I needed all that stuff until I started to learn from professional traders that I spent $20,000 for 5 days with a person, or $10,000 for a weekend class. When I started doing that, people said, man, you spent that kind of money? Yeah, but you say it's better than a college education, right? I make as much money as a professional lawyer or a doctor. When you think about that, was it well spent? The answer is yes, it's well spent. So I didn't mind spending, $10,000 or $15,000 to $20,000 to learn the secrets. And it's definitely, don't think it's not secrets. I promise you, what I'm saying to you is secrets. It's not like it's a secret because the chart is in front of you, but not knowing what to do and when to do it, it's a secret. I'm just being real, because if it wasn't, everybody be making money, and everybody don't make money. Most people donate to the markets, right? So that's one of the biggest challenges that you have. All right, enough about that. So what is this? This symbol is called BTC. What is BTC? Look at your screen. Look at the very top of the screen. I got a big old B there. That stands for Bitcoin. This is the Bitcoin symbol. BTC stands for Bitcoin. BCH is Bitcoin Cash, and then you got BSV, Bitcoin Satoshi's version. You got all kind of, but this is the Bitcoin. This is it. This is the one that everybody's talking about, that is already heading toward $60,000. We already broke 50, and now we want to wait at 60, and pretty soon we're gonna be at 60, and we may be at 60,000 in February. Now I know people talking about, man, this is crazy. How can I get going? Well, I'm teaching you. This is give you some information. All right, so I'm gonna put some on the screen where you need to think about joining me inside of learning to become financially free, right? And I'm going to give you a site to go to so you can join the club with one of my members, okay? Very simple. Join the club with one of my members, right? So you can start learning from them. I just typed it up, www.805go.com, okay? And you're going to join one of my members, and they're going to help you get started with our club, because you can make money every single day. As a fact, I'm going to put that in there, right? Within our club, right? Within our club, you can produce, right? I'm just going to say you can produce Bitcoin every single day, if that's what you want to do. Okay, so let me put that in there for you. right? You can produce Bitcoin every single day by getting to that website that I just gave you. If I was you, where I'm speaking right now, I would go join that, get your free account set up in that back office. I would go do that right now. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and continue. Okay. So what you're looking at my chart right now, that's the chart in my background that you saw in my background. You know, see my face and behind my background, that's the same chart. Okay. Now, the cool thing about this is that based on what I'm doing, I'm taking a little bit of money. Now, what I'm going to teach you to do is to use leverage. Leverage. So when it comes to leverage, it is taking a small piece of money, right? A small piece of money, and using that small piece of money to produce major results. Now, guys, I promise you, what I'm saying to you, I've been doing for years. And people says, man, Wall Street, how you know? Because I've been trading for years, right? And so, like today, I'm going to bring out 2 Bitcoin today. So wait a minute. What is 1 Bitcoin worth? Well, that is right now $52,206. I'm going to bring out 2 of those. So what am I going to make today? What am I making today? Somebody add it up for me. 52,180. 52,180 times 2. How much is that? Somebody type it up, put it in the chat. If you're on YouTube, Facebook, just throw it in the chat. What is that? Somebody tell me what that is. Okay? 2 Bitcoin coming out today. That is, somebody type it in, put it in. Let me see. Did anybody do it? Anybody type it in? Nobody typed it in yet. Okay. All right. We'll see. Okay. We must got a little bit of problem going on, but we'll figure it out. All right. So I'm going to let you guys think about what I just said. 52,000. Okay. Just say 52,100, 52,200, whatever it is, right? I'm going to take out 2 of those today. Okay. 2 whole Bitcoin. All right. Now, so when I'm trading in the markets, people say it's psychology that's in play. Well, in reality, it is. Psychology is in play. But what it is, though, is the images that you see. When should you jump in a trade? When should you start pulling money out of a trade, putting money in, taking money out? When is that happening, right? So when I'm doing my trading, the first thing I got to see is I look at my chart and I look at the whole chart to see what's going on. So the market is going. I see what's happening. I see the time frame. Pamela typed it in. There you go. Okay, Quasine typed it in. Let's say April typed it in. There you go, $100,000. I'm ready to pull out $100,000 today, right? And I did that in February. December the 25th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. I took out $100,000. That was in December, right before the new year. And then January, I took out the same, took out some decent cash flow. And now it's February. I'm going to take out another 2 Bitcoin, right? And so what is that telling you? Is it worth the time to spend time with me? You think it's worth your time? You think it's worth your dollar to join us and start learning what we do and all that good stuff? So for our members that's going to join us in the Trade Academy, now you got to be a member, a pro member. I'm only going to charge $5,000. If you're outside of the MLS Bitcoin Club, then I charge in $10,000. But if you really think about it, that's really pennies. Now, if you broke and don't have any money, then of course you shouldn't be trading anyway, right? You got to join our club so you can start learning how to create more cash flow, then get the cash flow, then jump into trading. Okay, that's how that works. Okay, now let's get to it. All right. So the first thing when it comes to psychology, I want to get in at the right time. I want to jump in at the right time. And then when I start seeing that the money is going kind of fast, it's kind of going up, going up, going up, then I want to be able to get out because I know the party is over, right? So let's look at this chart. This chart is what they call a daily, a 1 hour chart, 60-minute chart. I'm going to change this chart to a daily chart. Now look at the daily chart. Look at this chart. Look at what's happening on the right-hand side of the chart. Look at the right-hand side of the chart. Notice the pattern. Notice what's happening, right? If you look to the left, everything is small, but everything is only small because when you start dragging to the right, it's not small anymore, right? It's not small anymore, right? When you start going to the left, and as the market keeps going up higher and higher and higher, then these lines, these prints are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. See how small they got? They got tight. And the reason why they're getting tight, because the chart to the right is going through an explosion in the markets. It's like it's just taken off. So Bitcoin started way over here not too long ago. That's January. This is January. Look, 2019, that was 2019, right? We down at $6,000, and it even dropped below that. It got to about $4,000. Well, in 2020, in March of 2020, look at the print. It was like $3,500. This is 2020. That's March of 2020. That's like last year, March, almost a year ago. It went all the way down to 38, 3,900. Even if you got in at 4,000, whatever. If you got in this area and you bought some Bitcoin, then if you just hodled it, and I mean hodl means hold. If you had just held it, then that little bit of Bitcoin, whatever it was, it just look what happened. It went sideways, 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 kiss, elevate a little bit, back down, kiss, and then it started to elevate up. You see the elevation? You see this yellow line? Look at the elevation away from the yellow line, right? Then it got so far away from the yellow line, it pulled back down toward the yellow line, right? For my traders, they know what to do here. And then look what happened. Now look what's happening right now in 2021. This is January. This is January right here, this line. And we started elevating in December, right? The price point in December was very, like, not really that far, right? Look at this. This was December right here. That's the low print, 17,000. Let's make it bigger. So it was, hold on. Let's do it this way. Let's make it real big. All right. Right here is about $17,000. Okay. So it started elevating around 11, right? That was in October. Then 12,000, right? November, right in here, 15,000 November. Then we got into December, and it's like 18, 19,000. We think it's only going to go to 20,000 by January. What's going to happen? This is December. We had 19, 20. That's about the 11th. That's the 11th of December, 20, right? Then we rocking it up, 22, 23. December the 25th, we was at 24,000. And I said, I think they're going to give us a Christmas present and give us 25,000. They didn't do that until the 26th. But before, right at the end of the year, it was 28,000. And then right there, $29,000. Getting ready to break 30. January the 1st, we went all as high as 31,000. Then all of a sudden it went to 32, 34, 35, 37, 40. Oh my goodness. This is just January. Came all the way back down. Folks got scared. Long elevation away. I'm actually doing a live training right now about the markets. I can call you back in about 15, I'm going to say 30 minutes, okay? All right, bye-bye. All right, so the cool thing is went to about 42,000, pull all the way back down, held it around 29, 28, and then it was a perfect time to jump in. Look at the closeness from that line to that line, and then all of a sudden it took off again. Okay, so now we playing around 50. It waited 3-4 days to break 50, right? Let's go up in here. look at a 4-hour chart. Let's go look at a 4-hour chart real quick. So we played around for about 50,000 and we finally broke through, and then bam, we had 52. Now we're heading toward 53. So when you think about what's happening, what's really going on, guys, this is what you got to understand, what's really going on in the markets, that we are on our way to $100,000 a coin. And it's possible that it could be at 200,000, which is my own prediction. I believe it's going to be at 200 or above 200 by December of 2021. That's this year. Now, the thing is, when you think about what I'm saying to you and how you can make money every single day, this is what we're talking about. This is the key component of understanding what a chart is. Okay, so this is what we call my scalping chart. Now, there's 3 trading styles. So let me give you that real quick. 3 trading styles, right? We have a scalping, which means like a day trader. You call them day traders. We call them scalping. I call it the ATM approach. I'm going to go in. I'm going to stick my ATM card in the machine, and I'm going to take out, $20. But what I'm doing, I'm taking out $1,000. So how many trades can I put in to take out $1,000? And the cool thing about it, when you're trading Bitcoin, is that as Bitcoin is going higher and higher and higher, I could still trade small and still bring out a huge profit. I can't do that with stocks. I can't do that with, I got to have a lot more money in there. But when I have Bitcoin in, and just because I got a little bit of Bitcoin, I could take some money out. Okay, I can do that ATM approach. Okay, so that's what I'm telling you. All right, now let's get going so we understand what we got going on. All right, so right here is that 1 stands for 1 minute chart. That's a 5-minute chart. That's a 15-minute chart. That's a 60-minute chart. This is my scalping setup. This is when I go in to start scalping money, and I'm looking at these small levels, right? The 1 minute chart says, hey, it's going to be pulled back down. I see it, and I'm looking at this double green line, and I'm buying it, right? On the 5-minute chart, that double green line represents this yellow line. Okay, so I'm taking me a little bite here. I'm gonna step in. I'm gonna stick my toe in. Okay, stick my toe in. And then if I see it pull way down on this 15-minute chart, then I'm looking to get that on that 15-minute chart. And then I'm gonna step my toe in there, and then I'm gonna grab some. And I always go bigger on the deeper the pullback. I always go bigger at a key level. That line is a key level. What's even better than this level is this double green line down here. So if I see something pull all the way back down here, this double green line, then I'm really jumping in, and I'm going to drop a lot because the trend, what they call the trend, is your friend. So let's understand what the trend represents. So let's talk about the trend. When I look at this chart from the bottom left, and if it's climbing to the top right-hand side of the chart, that is an uptrend. I don't care how many times it pulls back. When it's all said and done, did it break that previous high? Right? Did it break this high? It did. It broke through that level. It went up, pulled back a little bit more. Did it break this high? It did. See, it broke that high, right? So when I look at the chart and I say, wow, okay, it's doing that. I'm seeing what it's doing. Remember, I'm looking at certain things that I'm looking at is going to help me make money. It's going to help me make a lot of money. So I can go in small or I can go in big, right? On a smaller time frame, I don't trade so big. On a bigger time frame, 60 minutes, that's my swing trading style, right? 60. Let me give you an example. If I go to my swing trading, okay, this is a daily chart, 4-hour chart, 1 hour chart, 30-minute chart. So 30, 60-minute, 4 hours, a whole day, right? And I'm looking at these same levels. I said, oh, okay, look at what's happening there. See? So now when I'm doing my swing trading, my mindset, psychology part of it, I want to be in the trade a lot longer. I'm not looking to pull out 5 minutes from now. I'm looking to stay in the trade for 3 to 5 days. So I'm giving you secrets. You don't understand what I'm saying to you, but I'm giving you secrets on what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm pulling back. I'm letting the trade come to me. I'm not gonna, if I see this trade is this big, a long way off, I know a pullback is going to come back, a small pullback, but still a pullback is coming. I do stick my toe in. I got a little bit, but I'm not going big. When a chart is this far above, I'm not going that far in. Right now, this is one of my platforms that I normally don't even be in. I just pulled out $1,000 a few minutes ago. Right. Let me give you an example of what I just did so you see it. So this is, I just pulled out $1,000 off this trade. Bam, $1,714. Right? I just pulled out that money a few moments ago. I just did it. Right? So that's just for the day. Okay. My other accounts, which is in a totally different account, I do different things in. But this is like, I'm just going to pull a little bit of money out. And then I got some still on. Give you an example. I got a little bit of trade still on. That's maximizing. I got 0.05, 0.06. I'm waiting for the pullback, and then I'm gonna go ahead and drop in another 15.20 or a quarter, right? It's gonna put in about another $2,000 or so, risking 2,000 to make 4,000 or 5,000, right? And leave that in there for 3 to 4 days, 3 to 5 days. That's what I'm gonna do. Just make it, do things like that. So, but the trade, I'm always in the markets. I'm never, and when it comes to Bitcoin, I'm never flat. What does flat means? I'm completely out of the markets. I'm never flat because I trade going down and I trade going up. So I'm always got money in the marketplace. And if you didn't know, you can make money even in Bitcoin, even when it starts to go down. You can make money going down in Bitcoin. And then when it stops and it reverses, and then I go the opposite way, I'm making money going back up to the upside. So I'm doing both. So I'm always in the market. I'm always in the market. And that's what you can pick up on, right? Use to trade commodities back in the day. Therefore, I understand, I guess, what you are saying. Okay, I got it. Okay. When it comes to trading, though, let me say this to everybody when it comes to trading. I'm going to stop sharing right now. So when it comes to trading, right? I'm going to stop sharing here. So when it comes to trading, you got to realize that everybody don't know how to trade. Some folks been trading for 10, 15, 20 years, and they still don't really know how to trade. They taught themselves. So what does that mean when you teach yourself how to trade? That means if you have any bad habits, all you do is maximize the bad habits because you never was taught what a good habit looks like, what a good trade looks like. So to get lucky in a trade is also detrimental to you because it worked, right? So think about this. Half the trades you put on, you're either going to buy and make money or you're going to buy and lose money, right? Or you're going to sell and make money or sell and lose money. So really it's a 50-50 shot. So sometimes you're winning and you say, oh man, I know what I'm doing. I'm winning. and then you go big on that same idea you had before, and then you blow out your account. And I bet you anybody here that's been trading for a while, you blew out many accounts. Every professional trader has blown accounts. I lost $50,000, $100,000 like it wasn't nothing. I have done that, right? And so you got to get down, you got to pull yourself back and not be so excited and learn to control the emotions. There's two major emotions inside of trading. One, it's called greed. The other one is called fear, greed and fear. But they both are detrimental. And what I mean by that is when you're trading in the markets, you have to be patient enough to let the trade come to you. And you got to be patient enough to let the trade keep going if you're winning. Notice how I put that. You have to be patient. So let's say you get in a winning trade. I'm in a winning trade. And my human emotion is telling me, man, you got to get out this trade. You got to pull your money out because it's going to pull back on you. You don't know when, because you don't have a crystal ball. You don't know when. Then all of a sudden, it just keeps going and going. But you took your trade off because you thought it was going to stop and pull back down. That means you wasn't patient enough to let the trade keep going, right? You got to be patient. Patience is the key. The greed factor is that I'm going to put, man, I see I did this trade before. I know it's going to go, and I know it's going to go. And it goes, and then it pulls down on you and takes out your entire account. You blew it. That happens. That's called greed. Fear. What happens with fear? Fear is when you see a setup in your trade and then you're scared because you don't take it because you think you're going to blow out your account. That means you over leverage. That means you're trading too big. You got to go smaller. There's no shame in building up an account with small trades. Now, what do I mean by that? So if I got a trade and, let's say my account is small, $500. You can trade with $500. You can literally trade with $50, but pretty much you're donating to the market because you don't have too much room to wiggle. There's no wiggle in the space. If you can get $500 and start putting your trade account with some instruction, you could turn that $500 into thousands of dollars, thousands. But you need some instructions. Are you willing to pay for the instruction? If not, then you're just going to donate to the market. Your $500 will be gone before you know it because you're going to over leverage. You're going to be too big. You got to go smaller, right? So, for example, if I want to trade Bitcoin, if I can go to a micro lot, 0.01, most trade platforms, you can go to 0.01. That's called a micro. You cannot go smaller than 0.01, like 0.001. They don't allow that to happen. But you can go 0.01, right? Then you can go 0.02, 0.03, 0.04, up till you get to 10. Then it's called 0.10. Now that's called a mini. 0.1 is a mini account. And that goes all the way up to 99, 0.99. Then the next one is going to be 1.0. Once you get to 1.0, you are now at a standard lot. Now that's the standard lot is the most traders trade. They trade 100 lots, 100. Professional traders may trade a half a lot, 50 standard lots, or they go trade a full lot, which is 100.00. Now that's a lot of money. that's in Bitcoin. That is a hell of a lot of money on margin. Okay, because everybody trades on margin, and the margin is cool, but it's got a double-edged sword to it. Now, what do I mean by that? So let me give you an example. I can trade $50,000 worth of Bitcoin right now, a whole Bitcoin. Or I can trade 1,000 Bitcoins. They give me that much leverage. Like I'm gonna give you 1,000 Bitcoins to trade with, right? And then so when you start losing your trades, it can drop you real quick. So it's got a double-edged sword to it, right? I can trade 1.50 Bitcoin right now, or I could trade 3.00 Bitcoin right now. With 3 Bitcoin, guys, that's $150,000 worth. That's the trade platform that's reconnected. Let me hear that little sound. So let's do it again. So when you think of that, right? When you think of that, that's huge when you're trading that kind of money. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna trade 3 Bitcoin worth, That's basically 150. I mean, 150,000 because Bitcoin is $50,000 a coin, right? It's 52,000 and some change. So you got to think about that. So when you talk about leverage, that's what you're leveraging. And so you could blow if you only got, they give you put $5,000 in it, and then you can trade $150,000 worth of it, or $300,000 worth of it, and you see a trade that's looking good, it's set up as perfectly, and you trade out, and you can make a whole lot of money real fast, right? But what kills people in the marketplace is the greed. They get the leverage, they get some good trades going, and then they maximize the trade. The next time they see it, they maximize the trade, and then the trade goes the opposite direction, and then it's called heat. You got too much heat in the kitchen, too much heat. And so what happened, you see your account dwindling. Oh, you down 10,000. You only got $25,000 in your account. So now you're down 10, then you're down 15, then you're down 20. That heat is right there. Then you're down 22.5, then you're down 24, and then all of a sudden they just margin call. Boom. They lock your account, they close it, and then you got to go get some new money to put back in there because you was over leveraged. You see, you gotta take your time and do the right thing and learn with small accounts first. Every time I teach somebody, I said start with 0.01. 0.01. We're gonna start there with a small trade. Okay. So as you see right here on this account, I'm gonna show you. Okay. On this account, notice that right there, I only got 0.05. I had a lot more on there a few minutes ago, but now it's only 0.05. This got 0.06. Very small micro trades, right? If I like what I see, and I said, okay, I'm going to jump in here and get a little bit more, I'm not going to go so big. I'm looking for, before I can go back big again, I got to let it pull back to my yellow line, right? I got to let it pull back. I have to let it, I can go in a little bit. Like I see what this pattern is about to do right now. I see this pattern. I know what this pattern is doing, right? Let me go to my scalping chart here. I know what this pattern is doing. See right here? I know what this pattern is doing, right? Now, I would have bought this here. I would have bought it right here. It just broke out. I'm going to take a little bit. I just bought it. I just bought it just now. I just clicked on it. You see? And so that's not a whole lot of risk. Now I can go change that up here, right? I can change it. So now it's 18 and I can buy that. And I just bought 18. That's not a whole lot for me. That's not a lot for me. But for you, that might be too much money. Okay. So when you put a trade on, let's show it. When you put a trade on, look down here, this 18 I just put on. When you first do it, you are already negative a certain amount of money. You're already negative. And so when you put the trade on, you're negative, and then you got to come back. And then as the trade starts to increase, then it starts to go back, and either it's going to go up or it's going to pull back down. Normally, when you don't know what you're doing, when you first put the trade on, you're going in a little bit too late. Like that was a little bit too late because I'm talking to you. I would have gotten that trade a little while ago, right? That was like 5 minutes ago. I would have gotten that trade, or 15 minutes ago, but I'm talking to you. So I'm not really, I'm looking at, I know it's going to go positive, right? Based off my assumption and my bias, I know that it's in an uptrend market and I'm prepared for it to pull. Even if it's pulled down to this level down here, like down in this range, let me click on this. Even if it pulls down into this blue area, I'm still fine. I'm good. I'm not worried about that, right? And I know it's in an uptrend, and I know it's going to pull back sooner or later around to about the $50,000 mark, right? That's $2,000. Okay. I know it's possible that it can pull back about $2,000 from where it is, but I'm still cool with it. It's not gonna hurt me because I'm not so over leveraged. You got it? This is just one of my accounts that I have, right? So when I think of that, when I think of doing it that way, then I know for a fact that I'm keeping things kosher to keep me moving in the right direction. Okay. And that's what you got to get. That's what you got to understand. So the power in trading The power in trading is that you can make money every day. Now, I got a question for you. Why no leaders are leaders out there, black leaders, that's really not talking about crypto? Like, why? What? I mean, I'm confused. The biggest transformation of wealth is happening right now. I want you to listen to me. The biggest transformation of wealth in our history and in all of mankind since the stock market been around for over 200 years, right? This system that's in cryptocurrency right now has created more millionaires than ever seen before. And we have no leaders in our culture that's really talking about it. And I think it's a shame. I think it's something that we need to address. Like the black community, the Latino community, we got to get involved. So what am I going to do? This is for you. I am going to start teaching you guys, first of all, how to start trading. Small tidbits. It's going to cost you, though. I'm not doing it for free, because when you do something for free, people don't value it. So I'm not doing it. So if you want to join our Trade Academy, you can join our Trade Academy. I'm going to open it up on the 1st of March. If I'm not that busy, I'm opening it on the 1st of March. And so that, get back there and start learning. You got to join the club, though. You got to be a pro member in the club. Now, how you be a pro member of the club? So when you join to be a pro member, it's going to cost you $399. Okay, you're going to be starter level. If you invite other people to join the club, then what happens is you start getting payments from that as well. Okay, and this details that's going to show you that, right? And then if you decide you want to get into the Trade Academy, then you can join the Trade Academy for $5,000. Because you're now a pro member. If you don't want to join the Trade Academy, if you don't want to join the club, but you want to join the Trade Academy, I'm going to allow you to, but it's going to cost you $10,000. So does it make sense to do that? Or does it make sense to go ahead and get started with our club, come in, and then get in here and start learning? And then when people ask somebody else want to do it, guess what? You're going to get paid because they join the club. So this is another way for you to get paid, okay, on our system. So how to become a pro member? I just said it, right? You gotta get some Bitcoin. You can only join with Bitcoin, right? It's going to take $399 worth, which is really nothing in the Bitcoin space. I mean, that's literally, how much is $399? Let's see. All right. So if we go to, let's see what we got here. Let's go. Let's change this. So if I go to, all right. Okay, there we go. So let's say about 0.0078. Yeah, 0.07778. That's nothing. It's about $400, right? 0.0077 worth of Bitcoin. That's a fraction of a Bitcoin. 0.0077 right now. And as Bitcoin goes up higher and higher and higher, if you already got Bitcoin, it gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper to join us. It's really that simple, right? So when you think about trading, there's certain things you're going to learn. One, in our back office, we're going to teach you how to properly set up your charts. First thing. Number two, you're going to teach you the psychology behind it and how to start learning price action. So what's price action? What you see behind me, just the prices. And these prices got patterns to it. And when you see the patterns, you start to recognize what's going on. The cool thing is you can always go back and relearn the lesson, right? Relearn the lesson, because it's all, I got it all recorded for you, right? And then you see me doing live trades, hours and hours of trading, like I got over 25 hours of trading live that you can go back and learn from, right? And then when I come online, when I decide to come online, then we doing live trades with me. Like, okay, guys, I'm going to go in. I'm going to go on a trade. You know, I might get up around 10. I don't get up early. I get up around 10 o'clock, 10:30. With Wall Street, you're missing the market. The market's open 24 hours a day. So you're not going to miss it. And so all my traders will come in. This is I'm be in a special group that I have. And then so when I go in live, you guys get a notice, and now you're ready to go live with me in the trade room. I got a separate trade room. You go live in the trade room, and then bam, you start making it happen, right? So if you start to learn from me, just imagine where your life is going to be in the next 2 years. If you serious, I'm not, because everybody ain't serious. People said, oh, I'm trading with you, and they get in there and they pay the first month because you got to pay $99 a month to maintain it. So he says, well, Wall Street, that's a lot of money. Then you're already out. you're already done. What you're talking about is you're giving me value for my time. So when I charge you $99 a month, that's value for my time and my energy to come hang out with you, to give you certain topics and energy that I may see that's going to give you some more golden nuggets to make your trading more proficient, right? I don't know. That may not be worth to you to do it. It's up to you. I mean, it doesn't bother me none, as you know already what I'm already doing, right? And so, but that's up to you to do this, to see the value what I'm giving you, right? It's worth my time. And then when I start seeing people start to exit out of the $99 a month, then I already know you're not trading, because now the $99 a month became a bill. See, $99 a month is nothing. When you're trading in the markets, you know, if I was charging $500 a month, it's still nothing. I was actually in a program where I paid $500 a month to trade. Every single month, I paid $500 a month. But I was trading, so I was making $3,500, $5,000. Me paying $500 was nothing, you see? So $99 is the same concept, right? And that's what you can do to start making things change. So that's on you. Now, let's get ready to end this broadcast because I don't want to keep you guys too long. But if you got some value out of this, just a little bit, you got some value out of this, hopefully you shared it with somebody else, right? And do you want to be the person 3 months, 5 months, 10 months from now? Do you want to be the person that says, man, I just pulled out 100,000? Like, I pulled out $100,000 because you start to learn and do things. See, people think about a job. I know people says all the time, well, I don't have no job to do that. You don't need a job to do that. That's your broken mindset. You don't need a job. You need cash flow. And when you got a system where it can show you how to get the cash flow and grow it and then build from that standpoint, now you're changing. Now you say, oh, you know what? I don't need a job. I just made 30,000, 40,000. And the Bitcoin that you're receiving, you can use that now as collateral. Or the cash you're receiving, you can use it as collateral to buy Bitcoin with, right? And you buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other coins is out there, and then you can start leveraging those coins to do different things with. You just got to get in that habit, okay? You got to get in that habit. All right, guys. One thing I'm going to say to you is that life is too short to be broke. Too short. Too short. And so you got to change the way you think. And by you changing the way you think, you're going to change your results. If you're not willing to change the way you think, you're going to always have the same results that you have right now. So if your cash flow is small, it's because the way you're thinking. If you have no money in the bank, and I don't even care about the bank. Don't even put money. I don't care about putting money in the bank. But do you have money somewhere that you can get a hold of so that you can change the things in your life? That's what we're talking about, right? And that's what I bring to the table. I leverage my entire wealth to produce 10x the 20x. If I take 10,000, I'm going to make 100,000. If I take 100,000, I'm going to make 1,000,000. That's what we're talking about. You got it? So it's up to you to 10x your life or 20x your life. It's up to you to do it. We can show you how to do it. You ain't got to sell nothing. The cool thing about our program, you got nothing to sell. All you do is show people why you joined this club. You're not selling the club. You're showing people why you joined the club, because of the education is worth every damn penny. You got it? That's what we're talking about. We stand on our own. We've been around since 2014. We got into the Bitcoin space in 2016, and we've been happy ever since. And I've been sharing things with people and going through certain things to help you understand this crypto game so that you can become financially free. Because if you don't get in it, whether you trading it or just acquiring it, if you don't start, you are being left behind so bad it's not funny. There are people right now that only do 2 years in crypto that has made more money than people that have been putting money in a 401k for over 20 years. 2 years over here is outpacing all that other stuff in the stock market. Outpacing it. Tremendously outpacing it. All right, guys. So with that being said, you guys take care. I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully you gained a little bit of information. You shared it out there with some people. You guys are ready to go. I encourage you to go to www.805go.com. Join that, get your free account, and then go ahead and upgrade yourself to a pro member by spending $399 worth of Bitcoin. Right now it's about 0.0077. And as Bitcoin keeps going up higher and higher and higher, it's getting cheaper and cheaper to join us. Okay? All right. You guys take care. God bless. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good one.